Welcome. In honor of winter solstice, today we're going to be doing a yin practice to help us rest and restore. We'll begin with a pranayama exercise, Nadi Shodhana. To set up for this pranayama, I invite you to find a comfortable seat with your left hand placed on your left thigh, and with your right hand you will take your right thumb onto your right nostril, and then you'll place your ring finger or your pinky onto your left nostril. Before we begin, we'll start with a cleansing breath together when I say so. And then we'll begin the pranayama by blocking the right nostril with our thumb, breathing in deeply and breathing out fully. And after your exhale, you switch nostrils, covering the left nostril as you release the right. Breathing in through the left and breathing out, where at the bottom of the breath, you'll switch again and repeat. Together now we'll take one cleansing breath together. Full breath in and exhale, let it all out. When you've let out all the air, you'll cover the right nostril and take a breath in again. And then exhale. At the bottom of your breath, we'll switch sides and then continue to breathe through the opposite nostril and out. Continuing this for a few rounds on your own. Couple more rounds here for yourself, making sure you're breathing deeply. And after you've evened it out on both sides, release your last exhale. Then you'll release the right hand back down to your right thigh, and then breathing normally through both nostrils. Continuing to take those deep breaths. From here we're going to make our way into our first asana for the practice, which is going to be our butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Bringing the soles of the feet together, your knees released. Sitting up tall. If you'd like some support, you can place blocks or pillows underneath both of your knees. Making sure that there's length in the spine, shoulders are relaxed. Continuing to take those deep breaths. And with an exhale, I want you to start to forward fold slightly if that feels good for you. Coming forward however much you want and breathing here. We're going to be holding this pose for about 3 minutes. So I want you to make sure that you're feeling comfortable and supported here. If your lower back is feeling a bit of strain, maybe sitting up on a block, sitting up on a pillow or a blanket, whatever you have around. Lifting the hips a little bit and supporting that lower back. Making sure that you're anchored in the present moment. You can do that by using the breath, observing the breath in this moment. Staying connected to those deep breaths. Maybe even using these these breaths to deepen yourself into this asana with inhales, maybe finding that length and space within the body. With an exhale, maybe you'll find that your body can slowly fold a bit closer towards the earth, letting your breath be your guide. Taking 3 more deep breaths here. When you feel ready with an inhale, start to sit back up. Gently, we're going to make our way into our next asana, which is going to be our Anahatasana, melting heart pose. So you want to come into your tabletop for a moment, making sure that your hips are over your knees. You're going to start to walk your hands forward and drop your chest down towards the earth, placing your forehead on a mat or on a block, wherever that feels good. Making sure that you're comfortable here, making any adjustments that you need. Maybe you want to grab a blanket and place it in front of you. Maybe you want to place a blanket underneath your knees to give that softening to the knees. Anything that feels good. Again, we're going to be here for about 2 to 3 minutes. So making sure that you're completely comfortable. Maybe you want to use a chair instead, placing your hands on the chair, lifting that chest up a little bit, giving you that little bit more space. Really make this pose whatever you need. And again, coming back into your breath. Noticing how the breath moves through your body. Taking one final breath here. And when you feel ready with an inhale, start to lift the chest up, walking your hands back in towards you. Out of this pose, coming up onto the knees, so lifting off of the hands now. From here, we're going to move into a low lunge. So you're just going to step your right foot in front of you, making sure that your knee is staying over your ankle. You'll sink your hips forward into a low lunge. You can have your hands reaching up to the sky. You can place them on your hips. You can use blocks either side of you, or you can even have your hands on your knee or on the floor. So find what works for you here in this low lunge. Again, we'll be here for about 2 minutes. So making sure that you adjust yourself to feel comfortable for those 2 minutes. When you're ready and adjusted, making sure that we're still feeling a gentle stretch here. Sinking those hips down towards the earth. Anchoring into the breath. Making sure that we're still taking deep, mindful breaths here. Again, we can use our breath as a guide in this pose. With inhales, finding any space within the body, finding length. With exhales, sinking in a little bit deeper, letting go of any tension that no longer serves you. One more deep breath here in our low lunge. And then we're going to gently just switch sides. So you're going to drop your right knee into the mat. And then your left leg is going to go out in front of you, making sure that your left knee stays stacked over your ankle. You'll start to shift your hips forward. And again, finding any adjustments that you did on the right side, doing the same or giving yourself more grace here on the left side. Sometimes one side can be a bit tighter than the other. So just embracing that and again adjusting for that. Once you've settled into the pose that feels good for you and your body, letting your breath move freely through the body. Our breath can be a good indication if we're maybe pushing ourselves too far. If you're not able to take those deep breaths and you're taking quick, shallow breaths, that might be because your body's not so comfortable and it needs a bit more support or adjustments. So just finding what feels good and lets that breath move through the body with ease. Letting your breath be your guide. Take just one last deep breath here. And we're going to gently transition out of this pose onto your knees again. You'll plant your hands into the mat. And we're going to come into our next pose, our Kapotasana, our sleeping swan pose, or some may know it as pigeon pose. So transitioning however you like. I like to do this from downward facing dog, so if you'd like to join me coming into downward facing dog, and then going to take that right leg and dropping it in front of you. Here, making any adjustments you need. You can take a pillow, place the pillow in front of you, or you can place a block or a pillow underneath that right hip to lift it up a bit, give yourself support there. Once you feel you're comfortable here in your Kapotasana, then you're going to settle in. So dropping your chest down towards your elbows. Maybe you want to lay flat on the floor. Maybe you've got that pillow or blanket in front of you that you're laying on. Settling in, making sure that you're completely comfortable here. We'll be here for 3 minutes. So really settle in and breathe. Focusing your breath on any areas of your body that feel tight and tense, and using your breath to release and let go of any of that tension, and let yourself melt into the earth beneath you. Our 3 last breaths here. Gently, when you're ready, begin to lift yourself up, making sure that your movement stays slow and gentle. We'll move over to the opposite leg, so transitioning however feels good for you, making any adjustments that are necessary for yourself, and then settling in here on the opposite side for 3 minutes. Noticing any subtle changes from one side to the other. So is your left leg maybe feeling tighter? Would you feel like there's more space? Are you feeling more tension? Or do you find it easier to release on this side? Just observing yourself and letting that breath guide you deeper and deeper into relaxation. Taking your last 3 breaths here. When you feel ready, with ease, slowly start to lift yourself up. We're going to transition ourselves onto our backs now. So take your time as you make your way onto your back. I want you to hug your knees into your chest and just take a moment here, rocking yourself side to side, giving yourself a gentle massage on the floor before we come into our final poses here. Our next pose is going to be a twist. So you want to extend now your arms out to either side of you. You're going to lift your legs out so that your calves become parallel to the mat. Your knees together. You're going to gently start to drop your knees over towards the right. And your gaze is going to go over to the left side. Releasing the weight of the body into the earth as you enjoy this gentle twist in the spine. If you feel comfortable, maybe you'll close your eyes here. Really starting to let the body relax. Letting your breath be your guide into a deeper state. Releasing what no longer serves you. Taking a few more deep breaths here. All we're doing next is switching sides. So really take your time, making your movements slow as as you drop your legs over towards the left side now, your gaze will go over to the right, releasing the body into the earth, letting the floor beneath you support you here. And we can close the eyes if they're not already here, letting yourself sink in. Finishing up the last few breaths here. And when you feel ready, moving into our final asana, our Savasana. I want you to extend out your legs entirely. Your arms are going to go either side of you, palms faced up. Again, you can use any props that feel good for you. Lay a blanket over yourself, put a pillow behind your head or your knees, anything that feels good. Making sure you're completely comfortable here. When you're ready, you'll close your eyes, letting your breath ease you into a deeper state of relaxation, letting go of any tension in the body. Try to relax every muscle within the body, letting yourself sink into the earth. I leave you here in your Savasana. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can try out one of my Yoga Nidra videos to help you go into a deeper state of relaxation in your Shavasana. Otherwise, you can stay in this pose and stay here for as long as you need. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. And to not miss out on any of my future videos, please hit the notification bell icon.